Hello, dear learners. Welcome to our science class. For today, we are going to talk about the respiratory system. The respiratory system is a series of organs responsible for taking in oxygen and expelling carbon dioxide. The main organs are the lungs, which carry out the exchange of gases as we breathe. Now, let's talk about first the main parts of the respiratory system and their functions. First, we have the nasal cavity. It is the inside of your nose. It is lined with a mucous membrane that helps keep your nose moist by making mucus so you won't get nosebleeds. These are little hairs or what we call cilia that help filter the air you breathe in, blocking the dirt and the dust. Next part is the pharynx. Pharynx is also called the throat. It is the common passageway for both food, water, and air. Next, we have the larynx. It is also called as the voice box. It is on top of the neck that produces sound and protects the trachea against food aspiration. The next part is the trachea. The trachea is also known as windpipe. It is a tube-like within the neck and upper chest that transports air to and from the lungs when a person breathes. It filters the air we inhale and branches into the bronchi and alveoli. Next, we have the lungs. The lungs are the main organ in the chest cavity, surrounded by the rib cage. This is the site where oxygen is taken in and the carbon dioxide is expelled out. Next, we have the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a thin skeletal muscle that sits at the base of the chest and separates the abdomen from the chest. When we breathe in, it contracts, and when we breathe out, it relaxes. And those are the parts of the respiratory system. Now we will talk about the inhalation process. When the air enters the nose or the mouth, it travels down to the pharynx and larynx. The primary filtration here is done and enters into the trachea. Further filtration is done and enters into the left and right bronchi and passes through the bronchioles. Finally, it enters into the alveoli. Next, absorption of oxygen from the air, diffusion of oxygen into the blood capillaries. That is how the inhalation process. Now, to know more about the inhalation process and exhalation process, we have this inhalation and exhalation process. For inhalation, when air is inhaled, this is what is happening to our lungs and diaphragm, including the rib cage, when we inhale and when we exhale. When air is inhaled, the rib cage expands as rib muscles contract, and the diaphragm contracts or it moves down. When the air is exhaled or when we exhale, the rib cage gets smaller as rib muscles relax, and the diaphragm relaxes and moves up. That is how inhalation and exhalation process is being done. And that ends our lesson. I hope you learned something new today. See you again next time. Bye bye.